What's up, beautiful people? It is your boy, Mr. Cherry Pie, and I'm back with another one of my celebrity updates. I know you're hungry and you need to be fed, and guess who's here to feed you? Me. It's a lot to talk about today. We have some very interesting news. It's a lot of celebrity births going on. Yandy from Love and Hip Hop. We're going to talk about Toya Carter, aka Lil Wayne's baby mom, getting sued. Tiny's birthday, and of course, Love and Hip Hop. So, you see, I got some papers this week, so a nigga trying to be a little organized. So, let's just get right into the bullshit, shall we? This past weekend, Tiny and Toya, T.I. and Tiny. Tiny from Escape. She celebrated her 37th birthday this past weekend. She had a lavish birthday party in ATL at a beautiful mansion, and her husband, T.I. Harris, was there on deck. A lot of celebrity friends came out. Tiny was wearing like these colorful pigtails, looking like an OCG girl or whatever that little group is that her daughter's in. And she enjoyed herself. They said that she partied all night long and she got drunk and everything. And then Tip, her husband, presented her with these fabulous 6-carat diamond earrings that cost $580,000. $580,000. Now, women who look like Tiny, there is hope. For a lot of ugly, unattractive women, there is hope that if you stick by a man in jail and allow him to have threesomes with strippers, that you too can live the fabulous, glamorous life. So go ahead, Miss Tiny, because you earned those $580,000 diamond earrings, letting your husband fuck all those strippers and diving and muff diving and some in and out of that pussy, girl. But I ain't mad at you, Tamika Kettle. Get it? On a lighter note, we have some celebrity births. Yandy Smith from Love and Hip Hop, guys. You know Yandy, who had the beef with Chrissy and was secretly in love with Jim Jones and was fucking him, if you ask me. She gave birth to a healthy baby boy named Harris this past week in New York City. And her and her baby's father, his name is Mandisi. Mandisi. So you know that that's definitely foreign, African, something. They celebrated the birth of the baby Harris, honey. And the baby was 7 pounds and 8 ounces, and mother and baby are doing just fine. And Yandy and Mandisi are engaged, and Yandy will still be on Love and Hip Hop, even though Chrissy, Jim Jones, and Emily B made a swift exit, stage left, and Mona Scott, because of her foolishness and Negroidian behavior, they didn't want to be a part of it anymore. So Yandy and Olivia and Samaya and Erica Mena and Kimbella are all coming back. So, we can look forward to that sometimes in the fall. They'll be back with the new season of Love and Hip Hop New York, so we all can get ready for the buffoonery. What else is going on in celebrity world, honey? Latoya Luckett, formerly of destinyschild fame, her and Latavia Robinson were football kicked out by Beyonce Knowles and Kelly Rowland. You know Latoya Luckett. She was in Preacher's Kid. She had a hit named called Torn, torn in between the two. Only between me and you. She ain't never had another hit since, but she's still Latoya Luckett, big forehead girl. Well, apparently Miss Latoya Luckett has found love again, honey. She's been spotted on several dates with Oklahoma City Thunder star Kevin Durant. They were at the Wynn, the Wynn in Vegas on the secret date, and the two of them were all lovey-dovey and into each other. And insider said Latoya was giggling, and he was whispering sweet nothings in her ear. And it's about time Latoya Luckett found love again. Everybody knew about that messy breakup that she had with rapper Slim Thug from Houston. You know Slim Thug that was on Beyonce's song Check on It Tonight? Yeah, him. Well, he dumped Latoya very publicly. I think it was in 2009 that he dumped her. Then she tried dating baseball player Matt Kemp, but he dropped her like a bad habit for Rihanna, who dropped him like a bad habit to run back to Chris Brown and Drake and Meek Mills and the rest of the people she was having threesomes with. You know that Riri's a messy girl, honey. So I'm glad Latoya Luckett's found love again. So go Latoya, I'm rooting for you and Kevin Durant. Hopefully, you can find love. You are a survivor. Quite bootylicious. The writing was on the wall. And definitely jumping. And if he turns out to be a bugaboo, girl, you already know what to do. Yes, I feel so important with these papers, y'all. But let's get back to some more celebrity dish. And in the Kardashian world, honey, you know, these hoes never stop. They opened up a new Dash store on trendy Melrose Boulevard in California. You know, Melrose is infamous for having exclusive boutiques like Fred Siegel and great vintage stores like Wasteland. Well, they opened up a new store. And, you know, we have to give these hoes credit because if you remember in the first season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the store was no smaller than efficiency in the projects. And they didn't have that much merchandise. But now they have Dash stores in Manhattan, Miami, and now on trendy Melrose Boulevard. The whole family were there. Kris Jenner, of course, was snatched, plotting on the money. Bruce, Kylie, Kendall, Courtney, who is with child, was not there. Courtney was the only member who wasn't there. She just gave birth to little Penelope. Scotland Disick. Scotland Penelope Disick. I think I'm saying it right. Well, anyway, she wasn't there. But Kim and Kanye stole the show. They showed up hand in hand, dressed in all white, you know, giving the paparazzi all the drama and all the fabulousness that they wanted to see. And a lot of the neighbors and store owners and boutique owners in the area are not happy with this news that the Dash store opening because they feel like it's going to cause a lot of drama and the paparazzi are always going to be hanging around, which is going to cause people not to want to shop because, you know, people want to shop in peace. They don't want to be harassed by the paparazzi. So the store owners around the area with the new Dash stores on Melrose Avenue is not pleased that the Kardashian family of whores decided to open up a new store in their vicinity. But I'm not mad at those bitches. Get money, bitch. Get money, bitch. I'm not mad at you. Keep getting that money, Kim, and keep buying Kanye Mercedes and Ferraris and Testarossas and Porsches and everything else you buying Kanye and pumping the gas. Girl, you getting pimped. And I love it. Ooh, on to page 2. In other celebrity news, Miss Toya Wright, formerly Mrs. Toya Carter, Lil Wayne's baby mom, a.k.a. Rejone's baby mom, Rejone's mother. Well, apparently, Toya Carter, you know, Tiny and Toya, and then it was Toya's Family Values and all that. You know, Toya's in some trouble, guys. Miss Toya is not as nice and innocent as she pretends to be on the show. She had written her biography. It was called Priceless, and she promoted it relentlessly on Twitter as well as the reality show for 2 years. So it's shocking news for me to find out that Toya's publisher, Farrah Gray Publishing, is surfacing and suing her with a lawsuit for $1 million. According to the lawsuit filed in New York City, they're saying that Toya Wright, formerly Mrs. Carter, purposely went behind their backs to sell her book through unauthorized venues, which caused a huge loss of profit. They're basically saying that Toya did all kinds of sneaky, underhanded shit to get to the money, and she was selling it backdoor, black market style, and, you know, she caused them to lose some money after they paid her a huge $350,000 advance, so you know they hot. Well, basically the publisher is saying that Toya is sneaky, underhanded. He's suing her in court. He wants her to pay for all the court profits and court fees. And he's also saying that Toya basically does not own the right to the book, that he owns the right to the book, and he will re-release it, and, you know, he's basically shitting on Toya. So, but Toya will be fine. You know, she has that Lil Wayne vault of money to dip into, that cash money vault, you know, I'm sure she'll be fine. And she need to watch out for that husband of hers, because I'm sure I've heard the story that he's K. Michelle's ex-manager from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta that was whipping her ass and took all her money. So, Toya, you need to watch your man, honey. Watch your man. Now on to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the trash slinging hood foolishness of all. Where do I begin, guys? I watched this Monday's episode and I was thoroughly entertained with the buffoonery. It was so much going on this particular episode because it wasn't just about Stevie J and Jocelyn this week. They actually gave other people camera time. But the show kind of opened with Lil Scrappy having an asthma attack. He had been sick this past week, and Erica, the baby mom, left him and went to work because she has to pay bills because Little Scrappy has not sold an album since 2005, I believe. So she had to go to work to pay the bills, and she made sure he got dropped off at the hospital. Well, that wasn't enough for Scrappy's mom. Scrappy's mom then called Erica over and got into a whole tirade with her, saying she left her baby for dead and how Erica is no good for Scrappy and that he's leaving her tired ass. And Erica fired back and basically told her to mind her business. She told Mama Scrappy, basically, bitch, mind your business. I had to go to work because your son ain't bringing no money in, and like that's the way it went, bitch. So bow down and chill the fuck out with that no part in between your bang, Miss Motherfucking Mama Scrappy. And what else went on? The show kind of opened with Jocelyn and Erica meeting up, Lil Scrappy's baby mom, to discuss the incident that happened between the two of them on the previous episode with Stevie J and Scrappy's fight. And basically the ladies got nowhere. They basically were catty to each other and called each other names, and you know, they basically went in on each other. Being catty as all the women on these shows tend to be. They don't get along, and they, you know, it's just a bitch fight every which way you look at it. So that pretty much went down. And then moving on from there, guys, you had K. Michelle telling Mimi basically how she doesn't like Carly Red, and she really wants to, you know, check her because she feels as though Carly Red has been starting trouble on the show between Mimi and, you know, Stevie J, and just, you know, adding fuel to the flame, which she has been. And K. Michelle's letting Mimi know that when she sees Carly Red, she's going to check her and she's going to go in on her. So I was kind of like waiting for that. That was like a slow build up throughout the show. So in other, you know, news on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, apparently Stevie J and Carly Red met up this week to discuss them working on a project together, and he brought Jocelyn in and said he wanted to collaborate because Carly Red is managed by Cash Money Records, you know, which she is, you know, Slim and Baby and Drake and all of them. So when they get to the studio, Jocelyn is playing diva mode like she's the baddest bitch walking, and how ain't nobody gonna check her, and you know, she doesn't want to work with Carly Red, and she doesn't want to do this and that like she's Rihanna or Beyonce, and she done sold these million records when, bitch, you don't even have a record deal, and the music we've heard from you has been trashed on the show. So it's like, who are you to say you're not working with nobody? So she went off and said, oh, Stevie, I don't want to work with this bitch, Stevie, and you trying to give her my shine, and crying and all of this. It was like, Jocelyn, bitch, please say the crocodile tears. And she, you know, said Carly Red is 40 years old and was going in on her, which Carly looks great for 40. You know, she looks better than a lot of young girls I know, so they keep throwing it in her face that she's older. Yeah, she is older, but the bitch look good, give it up. So after Carly leaves the studio, she meets Benzino, and Benzino is looking like he's coming out of drug rehab. He looks fat as I don't know what. He talking about he used to own the Source and old rap songs he used to do. And basically the two of them exchanged numbers and had a hookup on the show. So let's see where this goes. Next week they're tongue kissing, and he's talking about he's going to meet her family after knowing her for 1 week. And she just dumped L.A. Reid's son, or broke up with him the week before. So I just don't know what's going on with that either. It was just a very interesting spin on this foolishness. So anyway, K. Michelle and Carly Red, they finally meet up and they sit down, and Mimi brings them together. She had this ghetto ponytail on her head. I don't know who doing these hoes' head. Everybody's hair looked so dry. Oh my God. Mimi ponytail was a hot ass mess. Bucky, oh my God, poor Bucky from Flavor of Love. She up there looking like a chipmunk, or the monkey from off of Arthur. What was her name? I forgot the monkey off of Arthur. The little monkey looking one. That was his best friend. That was the athletic one. I forgot her name, but she just looked horrible. And Jocelyn's braids. All these hoes on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not the Real Housewives. I'm fucking up. But I'm not recording shit over. But the Love and Hip Hop hoes, the hair looks a horrible mess. So anyway, K. Michelle meets up with Mimi and Carly. And basically all hell breaks loose. And they start going in on each other. And she tells Carly, you are old senior citizen with a deflated ass cheek. And Carly starts snapping out. And the security just came out of nowhere on this show. I don't know why the security is always around on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Because it seemed like on the New York Love and Hip Hop, somebody was always getting their ass whipped for at least a good 3 to 4 minutes before security even broke it up or came out of nowhere. But they not letting nobody fight, apparently, on this season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because the security came out of nowhere, and Carly said, y'all gonna have to arrest me. Y'all gonna have to arrest me, because I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna go to jail. She just put on this whole show. But, you know, it's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. What else are you gonna do? And finally, they didn't really show Rashida that much this week. They showed her next week on the previews. Apparently, she's hiring what's his name? Waka Flocka's mom, Debbie, to be her new manager, and she's firing her husband, and he gets all upset. So I guess that's going to be Rashida's camera time next week. So Love and Hip Hop Atlanta this week was pretty interesting. You know, more buffoonery and foolishness, but we've come to expect that. We all love it. We all want more of it. And, you know, that's what we want. You know, guilty pleasure. Nigger TV, that's what we call it. So that's my little review and my little celebrity information for this week, guys. You know, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Cherrypie at twitter.com. I'm also on Instagram at Salim_Vanderpump. VANDERPUIMP. I think